6775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest, first-timer on Ron Siegel Radio, the world famous. It's amazing. He's got a massive following. We're going to learn from Ken Walls today. He is the CEO of Client Solution Innovations. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, Ron. Thanks for having me on.
Glad to have you with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team, when it comes to developing a financing planner, plan to save you money. I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And of course, we celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. There's some pretty interesting ones here today. National Consignment Day. Yeah, I'm not too excited on that one. Child Health Day. Okay, I like that one. We can do that. Do something nice today. Well, this is America. We are in Calizuela. I don't know if people do anything nice anymore. It's just crazy how this happens. Get Funky Day. You know, I might still have a little bit of a celebration. I think maybe we're going to do, after looking at all the celebrations today, can we just go back to yesterday? Right? National Cinnamon Bun Day, National Taco Day. And for me, as many of you know who have been listening to the broadcast for any length of time, yesterday was National Vodka Day. And yes, indeed. How about Purity 51? Have you ever had Purity 51? That's my go-to right now, but that is just, I shouldn't be talking about that on the show, right? Well, why not? It's my show. Dow Jones Industrial Average now up 361 points. The S&P 500, it's up 46. The NASDAQ is up 194. Oil up $2.25 a barrel. Do we want to look? Sometimes it's scary when we look at what oil is doing to us right here in the beautiful state of Calizuela. But I'm going to tell you anyway, whether you want to know it or not. We're looking at it. The gasoline prices, average gallon of gasoline here in Calizuela, $3.21.1. Ow! Yeah, the national average is 218.6. Go to Mississippi. I don't know why you want to go to Mississippi, but over there in Mississippi, they're actually paying $1.84 a gallon in Mississippi. Where our friend Ken is at, they're at $2.09 is the average in Ohio, $2.09. And yes, here in Calizuela, we are $1.12 more than that. Unbelievable. Maybe we could find some more ways to tax ourselves in Calizuela. Just amazing. But hey, you know something? We can keep voting for the same people to tax us more. And did somebody say tax more? I guess, what is it? Tomorrow night we get to listen to how many ways the Democrats can find to tax us, right? I mean, have you listened to all of these different ideas that we're getting from Sleepy Joe Biden? Unbelievable. He's another one of those guys, just like here in Calizuela, they've never found a tax they don't like. So they're going to get rid of cars in Calizuela, right? We can't have combustion engine cars in Calizuela. Is it 2035? I don't know what we're going to do with all these cars. Hey, we don't even have enough electricity to run our air conditioners. So how are we going to have enough electricity to run our cars as well? How is that going to work, Governor Newsom? Right? I mean, how is this possible that they come up with these stupid ideas and the population doesn't push back and keep voting for the same people? Is it just a bunch of sheep out there? I don't know, but I think maybe that must be it. Oh, wait a second. Don't let those guys in here, please. Come on. Every once in a while, my producers let some sheep come in here when I start talking about Calizuela, and it's get us in trouble, but that is the story. So we're going to continue going on with more and more high prices. We're going to see if we can elect a president, actually elect a vice president. The president is just going to be there as a figurehead. He probably won't do anything. That's the idea now. So Kamala Harris, who couldn't even get into the Iowa caucuses. Think about this one. We've got a group coming in. The Kamala Harris could not make it through the presidential campaign to the Iowa caucuses. And Joe Biden, who forgot that he's running for president, if you listen to some of his clips, he thinks he's still running for Senate. He's going to be the one that's going to be running things, or supposedly, and Kamala Harris, I think, will just be telling him what to say. Joe, go say this, and Joe will go do that. Amazing, but that's where we are in this campaign, and I see that it's kind of funny when you watch, right? So there is a forecaster who's predicted every election correct with the exception of 2, and I think that's out of the last 18 elections, something along those lines. Massive amount. But he does it based on an enthusiasm index. Now, if you watched some of the campaign stops from Vice President Biden, when both people are there with him and they're 12 feet apart, and at least he's got 2 people. They're clapping and they're excited to see what he has to say. And then you look at a Trump rally and there's 10,000 people there. The enthusiasm might be just a little bit different in the 2 of them. I'd just throw that out there for you. Although right now, President Trump, he's on the sidelines. He's on the DL. We wish him all the best. I'm fascinated by the people that don't like the president or think that he's nothing but a very, very crude individual. Now, I know some folks that have worked directly for Donald Trump, not when he's president, but before when he was a businessman. And they said he's the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet. He's a very demanding person. But Saturday, he sends Mark Meadows out, chief of staff, to go out and visit his supporters and bring some Trump chocolates. Seems like a nice gesture to me. He doesn't have to do that. He's the one inside fighting coronavirus. And then people say, well, why didn't he give him certificates to stay at his hotels? I mean, sometimes the man can't do enough for some people to say, give him a break on anything. It just amazes me. Hey, let's move a little bit closer to home right now. Disneyland, they're testing new contactless metal detectors to speed visitors through security checkpoints. They've got the thermometers. That's amazing because here in Calizuela, we can't go to Disneyland. If you're in Florida, they're wide open. Yes, they've got some reduced amounts of people allowed, but Calizuela, they reduced it way down at 0. And Governor Newsom, he doesn't even want to come out, or the guidelines that he has are not even valid enough that anybody can look at them. Disney actually sent him a note saying, hey, can we talk about this before you release something you know absolutely nothing about? But you know where it is from Governor Newsom, right? He's got this air about him.
Nothing like a little air of superiority.
Yeah, just amazing. And Bob Iger, he decided that he doesn't even want to be on Governor Newsom's board anymore for safe opening. Maybe he realizes that it's not about opening safe. Maybe he realizes it's not about protecting the citizens of California and the world who visit Disney. 28,000 people being laid off because of the governor not wanting to let people be people, right? My whole thing is, and I've said this many, many times, right? If you're part of a vulnerable class, protect yourself, protect your loved ones. If you're fit and trim and young, go do what you're going to do. Is the virus dangerous? Absolutely, right? Anybody that says the virus is not dangerous is an idiot, right? But protect the vulnerable, let the rest of the world be responsible for themselves. Unbelievable. But you know that this is, especially in Calizuela, we're not allowed to think for ourselves. We just have to be careful. We've got the governor to do all of our thinking for us. Oh, wait. God darn it, guys. Get them back out of here. California, we do some weird things here. We've got a lot to talk about today. So we're going to get on with our broadcast. We're going to talk with our friend Ken Walls this morning. We're going to learn about live streaming. I have no idea what I'm doing right or wrong. So Ken's going to educate us, educate me, because obviously I need a lot of help. We're going to also talk about why pricing your house right is essential. We've got a featured home from our friend Gilda, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990, or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel Radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star has the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 1990. Let's take a look at what the markets are doing for you. And the more important item, because anybody can tell you what the markets are doing, not very many people are going to tell you why the markets are doing it. So as we speak right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 46 points. I'm sorry, it's up 354 points. I was looking at the wrong number. 354 points. NASDAQ is up 200 points. S&P 500 up 44 points. 10-year Treasury, it's all the way up to 0.75. 0.75. Giving you your money for 10 years, and that's going to be your rate of return. Mortgage-backed securities are down 20 basis points. That means that interest rates on home loans are going up, even though the interest rates from the Federal Reserve are not. So why is all this happening? Well, the stocks are higher because the president is feeling a bit better and maybe discharged from the hospital. Markets are also waiting to see if a new stimulus package will be agreed upon. Agreement in Washington, really? Both of these developing stories could potentially help the stock market and are a risk factor for mortgage bonds, which are starting the week near low levels. Quiet economic news day, relatively quiet week. We've got a 10-year Treasury and a 30-year bond auction due this week. We're going to get some minutes from the Federal Reserve. We're going to hear the Fed chairman speak. He's going to talk on Tuesday. We got jobless claims coming out on Thursday. So we don't have a whole lot of information coming out, but it's enough to keep us interested. That is the Mortgage Minute, again, brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So we've been doing, I'll share a little bit of background here. We're a little over 10 years of doing radio broadcasts now. Started out as a 1 day a week broadcast, but now we're at 5 days a week. Learning as we go, and I'm sitting in the studios at Angel Stadium, and dawns on us that maybe we should video what we're doing. I'm a little slow, right? So it took me a couple years to say, you know something, maybe we could put this on YouTube. It took a little longer to figure out that maybe we could stream it to all of you on Facebook and our social channels. I'm a little slow. So what I wanted to do this morning is because I know that video is the biggie. My wife sends a video out because we went to dinner or something. So think about, are you doing that? Are you sending out a lot of videos? Is that something you're doing? Do you want to? Does your business use video? Ken Walls is an expert in live streaming, and I'm assuming live stream video. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning.
So when you talk about live streaming, are we talking about video? Are we talking about audio? All of the above? Teletype? Braille?
Smoke signals even.
That's good. So what is your focus, Ken? Because we hear in the real estate world, and I have a real estate license, but in the real estate world, and I listened to Gary Vee, and he said send out like 50 videos a day or something. What is your thought about some of these things and video and doing it the right way?
Well, Gary and I follow each other on Twitter. He takes all my ideas and uses them for himself. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just kidding. No, so he does follow me though, and I follow him obviously. But here's my thing. Attention is the new currency. And if you own a business, for example, let's say that I was a mortgage, what are they called? Brokers, and I worked for you. Does that make me a mortgage broker? I don't know, or agent, whatever. Right. So I would be doing live streams probably several times a day, just talking about the different nuances with mortgages. Why you should call me, what makes me different than anybody else, because there's a gazillion mortgage brokers, right? So I would be constantly saying, hey, I want to help you with your mortgage. I want to help you with your refi. I want to help you get the best rate. And I would talk about why I'm the guy that's going to help you above and beyond anyone else. Now, there may not be a big difference. There may not be a big difference between me and the other mortgage guys doing the same thing, but I'm going to get more attention. And like my buddy Grant Cardone says, money follows attention. So I'm going to get more attention than anybody else. I'm going to be live streaming on every single possible platform. I'm going to do videos. I'm going to send videos out to my clients and potential clients. I'm going to do videos asking for referrals. I'm going to do live streams asking for referrals. I literally am going to be flowing videos out on every single possible platform and audio on podcast platforms and everything else.
So if you're doing that though, I mean, if you're going to do a video, several times a day, how do you have time? Like in my case, I'm doing a radio broadcast in the morning. We lead a lending team in the afternoon. How do you have time to fit all this in?
I have no idea. I don't sleep, man. You just do. You figure it out. Especially if you're not really busy. I've had plenty of people say, "Oh, I'm so busy, I can't handle any more business." And what I would say is, well, then it's time to hire somebody to handle your overflow so you can continue with the marketing part of it today. I mean, look, I have a friend that sold for it was the number one salesman in the entire state of Louisiana selling television advertising. And dude, he's like, man, I can't believe how difficult it's become because of all the social media streaming platforms. And so he now owns an agency helping people with their social media. So, and he was the number one guy for 10 years in the whole state selling advertising. So, things change and things are changing in this arena. And for me, it's like, well, I'm just trying to stay ahead of the curve. I've done around 2,400 live streams, something like that in the last 5 years. There's been times last week or the week before, there was a day where I was live 6 different times, being interviewed on 3 different podcasts and on video and my own live stream stuff 6 times in one day. I'm good at getting attention.
So how long do your live streams have to be?
I mean, people say, what's the minimum? Minimum would be 15, 20 minutes. You want to, and I don't just go live and go, hey, everybody. I don't do, like, I deliver value. I come on, I go live, I talk about something that you can, I leave a nugget. I use, some kind of a nugget that you can take and implement in your business or your career, or possibly in your personal life, that's going to make you a little bit better.
So are you always talking about the things that you're selling, or are you talking, like, if you go into a restaurant and just have a real good experience, you're going to go in and talk about that?
Absolutely. I go in, I'll talk about, I might do a live and say, man, I was just on the Ron Siegel radio show out in what do you call it? You don't call it California. You call it
Calizuela.
That's awesome. So, I may do a live and talk about you. That's one of the biggest things that I think, Mark Victor Hansen, who is the co-creator of Chicken Soup for the Soul, is a really good friend of mine now. And he said to me a couple of weeks ago, he's like, man, you have done such an amazing job at edifying my wife and I and really promoting our book out and helping us get a lot of traction and get on a lot of radio shows and podcasts. And as a result, they both have sent me individually. They've sent me these unbelievable testimonial videos. And so, people forget that it's not all about me. And if you get on a live stream and you make it all about you and how great you are, well, that's just going to turn people off. I make my live streams as much as I possibly can about other people and how helping other people is going to take you further in life and in your business than anything else. So I edify a lot of people, man, with videos and live streams and everything else.
That sounds like it's fascinating, because one of the things that you're doing this on social media, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the things that we've seen so long or so much is that social media has got to a point where people are always fighting with each other and bickering and insulting. And you're bringing a completely different message, which personally, in my opinion, is a lot better, right? If you're out there looking to help people and uplift, wouldn't the world be a better place if we had, 1,000 people that are out there putting out videos uplifting others instead of trying to denigrate the other guys?
I've mentioned this so many times, Ron. One of my favorite Christmas movies is Miracle on 34th Street. And in that movie, the Santa Claus actually starts sending customers because they didn't have this one particular item in stock. So he's sending customers to their largest competitor down the street. And the manager has an aneurysm. He can't believe the Santa is doing this. I can't believe you're doing this to us. What are you doing? And what it did, though, is it created so much goodwill with the customers that they had a line out the door trying to get into the store to buy other stuff. So, I think that it's a fundamental thing that human beings forget, man. We get so caught up in trying to, I gotta have the Mercedes like my neighbor, and I gotta have the house, and I gotta have, that we think it's all about us. And it's cool to have the Mercedes and the house and everything else, but you can have a better Mercedes, a better house, a better life if you just get out of yourself and start helping more people. Get your focus on how can I help more people? And that's what I use social media for.
It's a great thought. I mean, I love that concept of, just see how you can help. Who is it? Zig Ziglar's, I think, is the one that said the more people you help, the more you make yourself. And if our whole society would have that outlook, boy, what a much, there you go. Perfect. Yeah. Zig Ziglar's book.
And it's in his book, in his little book. It's the first quote, first thing when you open it up. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want.
Beautiful thought. We're going to continue our conversation with Ken Walls when we come back. And yes, Joe, I did see your comment on, not the one about your Speedo, because Joe's been a guest on our program. So we don't want to see Joe in a Speedo, but we do want to learn about easy for me to say, how a beginner would learn the basics of live stream. So we're going to get to that with Ken when we come back. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning?
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part: you still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, the real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. And you'll also be able to get right from the digest. It's free. You're going to find out exactly what the county recorder knows about your property and what the market believes about your property. Why pricing your house right is essential. In today's real estate market, setting the right price for your house is one of the most valuable things you can do. According to the U.S. Economic Outlook by the National Association of Realtors, existing home prices nationwide are forecasted to increase 4.7% in 2020, 4.1% in 2021. This means experts anticipate home values will continue climbing into next year. Today, low inventory is largely keeping prices from depreciating. Danielle Hale, chief economist at Realtor.com, notes, and I quote, "Looking at the sheer number of buyers, low mortgage rates, and limited sellers, the strength of home prices, which are now growing at the highest pace since January 2018, makes sense," unquote. When it comes to pricing your home, the goal is to increase visibility and drive more buyers your way. Instead of trying to win the negotiations with one buyer, you should price your house so that demand is maximized and more buyers want to take a look. How to price your home? As a seller, you might think about pricing your house on the high end. While so many of today's buyers are searching harder than ever just to find a home, you're thinking higher price, greater profit, right? No, that's the wrong way to do it. Here's the thing: a high price tag does not mean you're going to cash in big on the sale. It's actually more likely to deter buyers and have them looking at the houses your neighbors are selling instead of yours. Even today, when the advantage tips towards sellers because there are so few houses for sale, your house is more likely to sit on the market longer or require a price drop that can send buyers running in the other direction if it isn't priced just right. And I've got a chart on the screen for you. If you're watching us on any one of our social channels, on the video stream for KMET AM 1490, the ABC News and Talk station, you're seeing this right now. And it's just giving you an indication of what happens, how much quicker your property is going to sell by pricing it aggressively, getting more offers in there. That's why we always recommend you give us a call at 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with some great real estate professionals in your area. Yes, I have a license that tells me that I know how to talk to them. Does not give me the qualifications to sell a house. That's the same for you. Just because you can put a sign in the front yard, you're probably not going to maximize your sales. That's the real-time real estate segment, again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. So we are chatting this morning. Ken Walls is with us. He is an educator. You know, and then one of the things that I love doing on our broadcast is, you know, it's not about making money. If it is, my wife would be ready to really be excited because we don't make money when we do radio. right? She can spend it even though we don't make it, but we don't make money doing radio. We don't make money on all these social streams. My passion for doing the radio show for the last 10 years has never, ever changed. It's about bringing some great information to people, about bringing people that I'm able to reach out to you, so you can take advantage of what you're learning and make things better for you and your family. And that's the whole. I have people all the time. Ken, I don't know if you do this on your shows. I have people all the time ask me, "Hey, Ron, how do you figure out who's you're going to have on the show?" There's 15,000 realtors in Orange County within 10 miles of me. How do you figure that out? And I say it's always the same thing. It's about heart. Has nothing to do with their how much business they do or anything else. If they've got the right heart to help people and they're not just worried about commission, then that's somebody I want to talk to. What do you think?
I totally agree. I've been in website development for 26 years, and I've had website developers on my show, and they're like, they come on, pre-show, and they'll go, I didn't realize we're competitors. And I'm like, no, we're not. I don't care. Like, no, we're not. I don't, like, seriously, like, just come on and do your thing, man. Promote it. He's like, but don't you have customers or clients that listen? Absolutely, man. I mean, if they leave me and go to you, then I wasn't doing my job. So, like, come on and talk about your stuff, bro. I don't care. Like, I mean, I don't want to give away business, obviously, but like I don't live in that lack mentality. Like, there's a lot out there that it's an unlimited world. So
that's the whole thing right there. And something, leading a lending team or the realtors that come on here, there's 10,000 loans or done a day or a month, a year, whatever. It doesn't matter. Right. Yeah. You can't do it. You can't help everybody. And I'm not going to click with everybody. I don't want to do business with everybody. But I want everybody to have the same level of opportunity, the same level of help. So that's the biggie. So let's get into a little bit of nuts and bolts here, Ken. What if I want to do a live stream beyond having maybe a camera or a Facebook account? What do I need to do?
Well, you need to have those two things. It really depends on what kind of a live stream you want to do. There's different kinds of live streams. If I were a realtor, for example, I would use StreamYard, and it's a tool that you're using right now that I use every day of my life. And I would have, because you can use it now from your phone. And if I were a realtor and I had listings, I would be doing live stream walkthroughs of the houses that I have listed. I'd be out front showing them the curb appeal. I'd show them the backyard, the swimming pool, the master suite. I would do a complete live stream walkthrough on every single property. And I would do it with houses that I was showing to people as well. I'd go look around. If you have questions, holler at me. I'll be doing a live stream downstairs showing everybody the beautiful kitchen. I would be doing live streams all the time. And if I were a realtor, where do realtors get a lot of leads? I don't know if I'm not a realtor, so I don't know, but I would assume that it's good to have good, solid relationships with mortgage people and banks. And so why wouldn't you start a real estate show in your local market? I don't care if there are 5 other ones already. Start a real estate show and start calling people like Ron up and saying, Ron, I'd like to interview you on my local real estate show. Would you say no to that?
No, I'm open to it all the time.
Of course.
Actually, something, what you said just before is kind of funny, because I was asked the same question. I've been doing this 10 years. That's not the longest in the world. It's not the shortest in the world, but I actually did a webinar for other loan officers around the country on how to do a radio show. Yeah. And I had people ask me the exact same thing that you just said. Why are you teaching everybody to do what you do? And I said, well, why not? I mean, if we can get great information out to the community, why not?
Right. Again, it's because you have an abundant mentality, and that when you live from a place of abundance, you want everybody to win. There is no competition. I don't see it like that, man. I just
Yeah,
don't.
that's so we need the camera. We've got StreamYard. That's it. And StreamYard's probably the easy. Now a lot of people are familiar nowadays with Zoom, but StreamYard is extremely easy to use.
It
Right?
is very.
What are your thoughts? Can I just hold my camera? Do I have to get one of those gimbal thingies, or what kind of equipment am I looking at?
Look, if it depends on your budget. It really does. So, if you're just starting out and you don't have a budget to invest in a lavalier mic, and you don't have a budget to invest in, hiring the right camera crew and audio crew to follow you around. And I don't recommend that anyway. If I were, again, I'm talking realtor. If I was a realtor inside a house doing a walkthrough, I'd be using my phone. I would turn my phone sideways. I would be streaming to every single platform I could, and putting it out there on all the lines that are available, which would be, Facebook and Twitter and Periscope and YouTube, and you can eventually get approved. I'm approved on LinkedIn to go live on LinkedIn. You can go live on LinkedIn, and it takes an act of God, I think. It took me a while, but it really does. It's crazy. But, I would be using everything available, man. Everything.
Great information. We're going to talk more with Ken when we come back. I want to find out maybe what would it mean. I want to see what kind of success Ken has had, and then maybe we'll see if we can get him to teach us a little bit. We'll talk more about that when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And again, if you missed any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The featured home segment today being brought to you by MySoCalLender.com. MySoCalLender.com is our featured home promoter, and I've got the article right here, 7953 East Quinn Drive. It's brought to you by Gilda Johnson. Desirable end unit, upper end unit with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, located in the beautiful gated community of Viewpoint North. Popular floor plan with no one living above or below you, and including vaulted ceilings, many windows adding to the light, bright atmosphere. Great location, peekaboo view. Lots of guest parking and just a few steps away from the community pool. Great property. Look at that one there. Take a look at the numbers. Yes, in Orange County, California, you can still buy a home. This one is actually there in Anaheim Hills. $529,900 is the price. If you're looking at a 3.5% down payment, $18,547, you got a $39.47 monthly payment estimated. We got with 20% down, $27.38, 25% down on a 15-year. You're looking at $3,600 a month to keep the compliance people happy. Yes, we're looking at a 4.5 APR, 3.1 APR, 2.63 APR. And yes, I do have an NMLS number 217037. That is the featured home segment, again, brought to you by our friends at MySoCalLender.com, MySoCalLender.com. Continuing our conversation this morning, Ken Walls is with us. We're chatting about live streaming, how to grow your business, grow your brand by using live streaming. We've talked about it in the sense this morning, Ken, about the concept of doing this in the real estate world. But so far, what you've told me, I could do it if I own a restaurant. I could do it if I'm in a nonprofit organization. I've got an event coming up. Is there any limitations as to what we can use, what you're talking about? Any limitations there?
Not that I'm aware of. Obviously, if you're in the medical profession, you have, some federal guidelines, HIPAA and things like that. But, again, if I was a dentist, I would start what is one of the biggest fears humans have? Going to the dentist.
Sure.
What if you're a dentist and you're chill and relaxed and you're a cool dentist and you do a show like just talking about dentistry and why gum disease causes heart attacks and all the different nuances of being a dentist. I mean, why not do something to attract new patients so they can see who you are? Here's the one thing that and I have a course I teach all this stuff in, but one of the things I talk about is a lot of people are quick to say, well, I'll hire a professional video person to edit my videos and put music in them and make them sizzle and pop, and unconsciously we all know that was an edited video. We know that it was edited. And so you lose the authenticity factor. When you're live, people see you for who you are. It's just like you being on the radio. Like, you can't hide some things when you're live. I mean, you just can't, so when I'm live on a live stream, people get to see me. That, the saying, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, people get to see that. They get to see who you really are. Maybe that's why a lot of people won't go live, because they're afraid of people seeing who they really are. But
that's interesting. Interesting you say that, because I hear so many people say that, especially the ladies out there, and I'm not trying to be sexist, but a lot of the ladies will say, well, I didn't get my hair done, and I didn't, I don't look appropriate or whatever. Well, just think about this, especially if you're a lady out there. Look at this mug, right? I don't care if you have your hair not done and your makeup's not done, you're going to still look better than this mug. right? I got a face for radio, right? So, I love the way you put that, Ken, is it's just, be you.
Be yourself, be authentic and real, man. That's what people, and again, you're not going to attract everybody, but you'll attract the right people. And I've had unbelievable success with, I've had some super, super big celebrities. I do a show with on Sunday nights and sometimes Friday and Saturday nights with Glenn Morshower, who's been an actor for 45 years, very well-known guy. And it's all because we met on a live stream. Him and I did, and we just really hit it off and connected and decided to do a show together. You've got to reach deep down in. We have a Joe comment coming in. You've got to reach deep down in and let go of, you've got to let go of, you can't have Joe Ingram in your live stream.
You got to take him out of it, right?
Let go of what's holding you back. You have to let go of that, and I teach a lot of that.
Interesting. So let's get to. We only have like a few minutes left, Ken. So what I want to really spend some time on is tell me how I can go about learning. Like I've said this many times, and you and I spoke about this before we went on live this morning, that I've learned everything I've learned just by the School of Hard Knocks. I haven't had a course in broadcast journalism. I know nothing about it. I mess around with cables to see if I can get them to even work. Where do I start? What do I do? Can I even engage with you or retain you to help me?
Yes, you can. And I'm far more expensive to retain as far as coaching, although I do coach a lot of people on how to use this to blow up their business. But I have a very in-depth course that is called the Grow Live Academy, growliveacademy.com. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here or not. So,
yeah, do.
But honestly, I started, it was going to be a 36 video course, 6 videos per week for 6 weeks. And as I kept going in and people need to know this about Instagram, or they need to know this about TikTok and all the different social media platforms. So I just kept adding, and it's up to 109 videos, I think now. And I keep adding. I have more that I'm adding this week. And I have a private Facebook community where people that are members of the Grow Live Academy get to join the Facebook community. I have weekly coaching calls where we get on and I help people figure out what they're missing, how they can improve. And I have guest celebrity speakers come on and teach. It's been a lot of fun. I absolutely love helping people do this. I'll tell you something else. I give away for free, anybody that wants it. It's an ebook that I wrote called 100 Live Stream Secrets and Ideas, and anybody can go get it for free. Enter your name and email address, and I'll email you instantly. Go to 100livestreamsecrets.com, 100livestreamsecrets.com, and you can download that ebook for free.
Well, I think if you just got 100 just from that alone, I think would probably, and I haven't looked at it, so I can't speak too intelligently. Of course, I don't usually, but I'm assuming that, if you get 100 secrets from somebody that, give us a little bit, one of the things I didn't do very well, Ken, tell me what your success has been like. When you and I spoke, you've got a massive following on social media. Talk about that just for a second.
I work hard at growing social media, and I do it by providing value. So, people, I do a lot of posts, man. I'll sometimes do 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 posts a day on just Facebook. And then I put it out on Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter, everywhere that I possibly can. constantly posting, and people are afraid to do that. They're afraid of losing followers. They're afraid of losing, or they're afraid of, people lashing out to them going, why are you posting so much? Like, bro, unfollow me, unfriend me. You're not my customer. Like, okay, it's cool. I get it. You don't like it. So unfollow me. There's an unfriend button. Block me if you have to, but like, I think that I've had a tremendous amount of success. I have over 72,000 fans on my Facebook fan page, 14,000+ followers on Instagram. I don't even know how many LinkedIn connections I have, but a lot. And it's because 5 years ago, I had 250 friends on Facebook. Now I'm constantly at the 5,000 friend limit. Unless I say unfollow me or unfriend me live on air, and then people do.
I mean, when you think about it, it's amazing the volume that you've got there in the following. And once you have that following, then when you say something, people actually hear it. Even just think about this: if you're watching us for the first time, if 5% of 70,000 hear what you have to say, that's a huge, huge number. And I'm going to say this once right now, as I say it every day. Hey, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Ken Walls for joining us. I've got his information scrolling across the page. Thanks to our engineers, John and Sean, and a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.